Hi, baby. What are you doing? Pretty much my life right now. Hi, baby. That's Minerva. She's my roommate's cat. She's not my cat. Hello, friends, and what's up? Minerva's joining me today. Obviously, I was gonna push my chair back, and then I noticed that she was right there. So, never mind. For those of you like, why do you have a cat? She's not my cat. She's my roommate's cat. But she has decided to just, tune in today's video. So why not? I just kind of wanted to say I'm so sorry. I haven't put up part 2. Part 1, I uploaded that weeks ago, but it's been really crazy with my new job. Now she's moving. With my new job and trying to find more of like a stable job, and then I'm gonna start moving and packing my things soon. So it's gonna get a little crazy. So I can finally now move my chair back. Give me a second. What is this cat doing? Okay, she's coming back. Never mind. So yeah, I've been really wanting to do part 2 for a while, and that's what we're doing today. If you are not subscribed to my channel, subscribe right now, because I am trying to upload as many videos as I can. And yeah, I'm really excited for today's video. Okay, so today's gonna be part 2 out of my 4-part series. If you haven't watched part 1, you need to go do that right now, because this is not going to make any sense about my whole educational journey if you haven't watched part 1. So if you're wondering why I'm looking here, I'm looking at, okay. She doesn't want to be in the video anymore. If you're wondering why I'm like looking at this area right now, I'm looking at my laptop. My laptop has my transcripts, and it's going to help me a little bit to remember what I was doing every single semester during my associate's degree. And yeah, so if you're wondering like, why is she looking down that way, that's why. But yeah, please make sure that you are watching, or that you did watch part 1. And yeah, I'm gonna get started, and I'm kind of gonna start where I started or ended with part 1. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so the last thing I kind of ended with part 1 was I graduated high school, Riverview High School, in 2014, and I started community college during summer B. So I had about a 3-week summer vacation, and I just jumped into college. And I did that because I was offered a scholarship through the CROP program, and it was through the Summer Bridge program that I did. And if you don't know what CROP is, you need to go back and watch part 1. I'm tired of saying that, but I'm just trying to emphasize the importance of part 1. And so during the Summer Bridge program, I did 6 credit hours. So it was 2 summer courses. And if I'm looking at my computer right, I did general psychology, which was 3 credit hours, and I was required to take that through the Summer Bridge program. If I didn't have a high enough score on the PERT test or the ACT, I would have been in a reading course. But I excel when it comes to like reading. So I was put in this general psychology course, and then I did three other ones, which were 1 credit. So it was first year experience, career planning, and coal survival skills. Coal survival skills. And each one of those was 1 credit, which means it was 3 credits. So 6 credits in total. So if you understand college well, 6 credits during your associate's degree is basically, you're doing half a semester. So I was basically doing half a semester during my summer. And I forgot to mention this in part 1. When I was in high school, I was taking Spanish dual enrollment, because my Spanish teacher, Miss Curtis, said to me that I was not going to be put in Spanish 4. She was like, no, you need to go straight into Spanish dual enrollment. And those were college level courses from State College of Florida. And yeah, those credits actually transferred to my associate's degree, which were 6 credits. So if you're counting 6 credits in high school of college courses, plus the 6 credits in the summer, I basically completed a full semester by the end of the summer, which was great. I was ahead of a lot of people at the time. So summer of 2014 ends. I remember I had a great experience during the summer with my crop classmates, and during that time it was like the FIFA World Cup. I don't want to talk about it. We lost. Argentina lost, but whatever. It was still a great summer, and to be able to experience that with my classmates was so much fun. But yeah, summer starts ending, and at the time, the director of the crop program asked me if I wanted to go to school full-time or part-time. And she's asking me this question because she's the one giving me the scholarship so I can go to school. And I said to her, I said, I distinctly remember this. I said, I want to go to school part-time because I want to not sink. Like, I want to make sure like I feel it out part-time while working a job part-time. And I don't want to like overwhelm myself with so much work that I fail. So she was like, okay, great. We can make it work. Like, we can give you money so you can go part-time. So I was taking 2 classes. And I specifically remember, I don't want to say any names, but I specifically remember this guy that was in the program with me. And we did the summer bridge program together. And he was also a DACA recipient. And he decided to go full-time. And they were able to give him the money to go full-time. Not that I'm saying that they gave him more money than me because they preferred him over me. I said I wanted to go part-time. He said he wanted to go full-time. So they made it work for the both of us. But I remember he was probably at school for 2 semesters after summer bridge, and then he dropped out. And that was the case with a lot of people. They were just dropping out. But coming into, fall of 2014, I took 2 classes. So I took ENC 1101, which was written communications, and I took Math 1033, which was intermediate algebra, which I suck at math. So I was kind of like, okay, let me take the not so easy courses first, so I can get these out of the way and I can do the fun stuff later. So that's what I was trying to do. And yeah, I took these 2 courses. I'm trying to remember. I think, yeah, both of these courses were like in the morning. I think I would have, I'm trying to remember, like maybe it was like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I would have math really early in the morning, and then I had the writing class right after, and then I had all day to myself to just do homework. But yeah, I specifically remember that. And I got a story to tell. So I remember during this time, I was making friends, and I met this friend of mine who introduced me to this guy when I was doing my associates. It's like fall 2014, very early. And I remember meeting this guy, and apparently like he was already in, like he wasn't starting his associates, he was already into it. And oh god, I just like remember and cringing like about this moment that I met this guy, and I'm so happy it was me dating him, and it didn't go further than that. He was very like self-absorbed and very full of himself, and the reason I'm telling this story is because it's really important. I remember we were like getting to know each other, and he was kind of bragging about his dual citizenship of being Colombian and also, being a US citizen, and bragging about how his job was basically, paying for him to go to school. So he was like, his job, like he was getting paid to go to work, but also getting paid to go to school. And he was kind of bragging about that. And then he had asked me about me and my courses and all of that. And I said, well, I'm just taking these 2 courses right now because that's all that my scholarship can give me. And I specifically remember him saying to me, well, you're never gonna finish. Like, it's gonna take you forever to finish. And, it's gonna take you years if you're just taking 2 classes at a time. Like, you know. And he was kind of like, well, I'm taking 4 courses and I'm working. And I was just kind of like in shock. He kind of said this to me. And there's other things that he said, like, you know, he said that in his 20s that he didn't want to have kids and he didn't want to get married. And then in 2016, I found out he got married, and then a couple months later had a child. So the moral to this story is be careful with what you say or what you tell somebody, because it's crazy. I was supposed to finish my associates within 6 years of me going to school part-time, and I ended up finishing my associate's degree in 2 years. And this guy who was going to school full-time and had all the benefits of being a US citizen or his dual citizenship finished his associate's degree in 3 years. It took him a year longer than it took me. And when I was finishing up my bachelor's at USF, he was now entering his bachelor's at USF. So that just kind of shows you, like, you may have all the privileges and everything. Do not be bragging, do not be gloating, because it's going to backfire on you, especially if like you're making somebody feel bad about themselves and you know that they can't afford to go to school full time and they don't have the same privileges that you do. So that was just a story that I wanted to share and take this as a lesson. So back to my classes. So yeah, I remember I was taking, you know, that writing and that math course early in the morning, 2 days a week. And one day, I will make a separate video about this, but one day I was in the school lunchroom. I guess I walked to the bathroom into this little hallway area, and I don't know, I do the most. I was wearing these like high wedge shoes, and they were apparently cute, and it caught this person's eye that she kind of got a hold of me, and she was like, hey, where did you get your shoes? And I don't remember where I got the shoes. I think I couldn't even remember when I told her. And she's like, well, you need to go to this table right here. And at this table, they were giving out applications for people to sign up and work for Aldo shoes. So I filled out an application, and they called me, they interviewed me, they trained me, and I worked for Aldo during that fall semester of 2014. Now, Aldo shoes was the worst job I ever had in my life, and I am more than happy to do a separate video on that. But I quit like I want to say a week or two after my birthday. My birthday is November 8th, and it didn't last. But I quit Aldo, and that was the worst job I've ever had. So I was working at Aldo while also going to school part-time. And then towards the end of fall semester, that's when I got hired to work at Boost Mobile part-time. So now jumping into spring of 2015, I'm still at State College of Florida, and I'm taking 2 classes again because that's what my scholarship gave me. And I'm taking United States history, and I used to love this class with Mr. Kennedy. And I was in a class with this guy that I had met through a friend. I can't remember his name. I even caught up with him on Facebook, and I can't remember his name. But I was in this class with this guy that I had met, and I was in this class with my friend Jeff, who I went to high school with. And Jeff and I weren't really close in high school, but when we saw each other, you know, back in community college, we just kind of connected. And then we were in class together in this United States history, and I really enjoyed this class. And I think it was kind of this class that kind of like motivated me later on to pursue being a history major. And I think this class was later in the afternoon because it kind of conflicted a little bit with my Boost Mobile hour of coming in at 2 o'clock. So I would come in Wednesdays at 3 o'clock instead of at 2. And then I was also taking ENC 1102 written communications. That class is a blur because I can't remember the class at all right now. If I'm not mistaken, I think I remember the class. It was kind of, yeah, it was early in the morning, but I don't think it was the same day that I was taking the US history course. So I probably didn't mention this, but I should have probably mentioned my grades. I don't mind mentioning my grades. So for the fall semester, I got 2 B's. In the spring semester of 2015, I got 2 B's. And I'm not a B student, I'm an A student. So that was kind of hard for me to get B's because it was a completely different rhythm than it was in high school. And I'm also balancing out college level courses while also working part-time. And I remember when I was getting these scholarships, the director in the crop program kept saying, like, you need to get A's because this is the only way that I can fight for you to continue to give you a scholarship is if you get these A's. And so I was trying my best. She's like, if you get B's, that's great, but I can fight for you more if you get these A's. And it was kind of a little bit of it was like nerve-wracking a little bit to try to get these A's, and I wasn't getting these A's. So then comes summer of 2015, and I'm taking 2 classes. So I'm taking one in summer A and one in summer B. In summer A, the classes are accelerated, so they're 6 weeks. Summer B, they're accelerated, so they're 6 weeks. So summer A, I took American Lit 2. I don't know why I took American Lit 2 and not 1, but that's what I did. I took American Lit 2. I got an A, which was great. And then I took speech, the fundamentals of speech and communication for summer B, and I got an A. So that was great. I got A's. And I think it was during this time, during the summer, that I had told the director of the crop program that I wanted to go to school full time now. I said, okay, I got the A's. I know what I'm doing now. I'm ready to go to school full time. And she said, okay, like she kind of got me into communication with the State College of Florida Foundation scholarships. And I think I had filled out an application. And I remember I was at Boost Mobile one day, I was working, and Miss Allison Nash, who worked at the foundations at the time, called me, and she told me that I got a scholarship. And basically this was enough money to cover 4 classes plus books. So I remember being really emotional that day and just being really happy that I'm able to go to school full time now because I got the money. Okay, so entering fall of 2015, oh, the memories. I took 4 courses. So these courses are now a little bit more fun and into my major. And when I started my associate's degree, I thought that I was going to basically be an education major. I thought I wanted to work at an elementary school and work kindergarten, 1st grade. So the courses that I was taking was Introduction to Education, Teaching Diverse Population and Field Exposure. And then I was taking Earth and Space Science and Topics in Math because I needed to get those, Gordon Rule courses. So I remember the Intro to Education and Teaching Diverse and Population. Those classes were at night. And then the Earth and Space Science, Topics in Math, those classes were in the morning. And I think they alternated. So Math and Science were Mondays and Wednesdays, and the education courses were Thursdays and Fridays at night. And at this time, I stopped working at Boost Mobile because, I was working with a coworker, like another employee, and she was not willing to work with my schedule. So I said, okay, then I gotta go. I can't, my education is gonna come before a job any day. So that's what I did. I left Boost Mobile. I wasn't working. I was going to school full time. And yeah, so the grades that I got for Intro to Education was an A. Teaching Diverse and Population was an A. Earth and Space Science was a B. And Topics in Math was a C. I am not the best at math. Let's not judge. But I got the C. So I tried my best. I just couldn't get a B. I think I was even close on this one, and I didn't get the B. So for those of you wondering, how is it that she went from an education major to now a history major? It was these teaching courses that got me to change my mind. So my professor, she was a great professor. She said to us, well, you guys need to go out into the field and do some hours into whatever grade level that you want to be at a school, whatever school, get the permission to go to that school and observe these teachers and the students. And I went back to my old elementary school, and I observed basically the teacher that helped me with my English. And she was in a kindergarten class, and she was also this class had like 30 students, and she was with another teacher. And I kind of saw the students and also the parents, and also how quick it had to be that the students had to just get the material. And also you're thinking about, like, if you're not going to teach at that level, you're teaching second, third, fourth, fifth, you're thinking about the standardized testing in the state of Florida, which is bullshit to me, because if the students don't do well, it reflects on the teacher. And I said to myself, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be put into this pressure that if my students don't do well because of these standardized tests, no, like, this is not my fault. Like, not all students learn at the same pace. So I said to myself, I don't want to teach at this level. I do want to teach, but not K through 5. So I thought to myself, what do I want to teach, and what level do I want to teach? So, like I said, history was always such a great topic that I loved always. Like, I always loved it in middle and in high school, and I always thrived in history, and it was always my favorite topic. And I felt that I could teach history, and I also thought, okay, maybe I can teach high school, but I would prefer to teach college level students, because they're held at a higher standard, and I don't have to really baby a college student. If it's in the syllabus and I go through the syllabus, and then you don't do the work, that's on you. So yeah, I felt that I still wanted to be in education, but not get this education degree. I wanted to get it in history. Okay, so now we are jumping to spring of 2016. So I'm now in my second year of my associate's degree. So as you saw, I was going to school part-time, and then I got more money, and then I went to school full-time. So now, spring of 2016, I'm a full-time student again, and the classes that I'm taking are descriptive in astronomy, liberal arts mathematics, religion in America, and survey world religions. And these were some of my favorite courses. I love astronomy. I always did when I was in high school. My high school had a planetarium, so I loved astronomy. I loved religion courses because there's so much history in it. So these were some of my favorite courses. I loved my religion teacher. I had her for both classes. I was the only student that was taking both of her classes at the same time, and she was so kind to me. And her name was Dr. Bullen. She was so great, and I really enjoyed that. Liberal arts and math. I'm trying to remember. I think this was the same teacher that I had, or maybe it wasn't the same teacher from before. But I struggled with math. So descriptive astronomy was an A. Liberal arts math, I was barely passing. I got a C, and I remember I had a high D. And I met this guy like during this lounge area where people would play like ping pong and pool, and he was super smart in math, and he needed help in Spanish. So I was like, I will help you in Spanish, but you got to help me out with math. So we switched, like we traded. I was helping him out with his Spanish, and then one day he had sat down with me and he was helping me out with my liberal arts math. And because of this guy, I can't remember his name, but because of this guy, I ended up passing liberal arts math. So if you're watching my video, thank you, because I would have gotten a D and it would have been bad for me and my scholarships. Religion in America was an A, and Survey World Religions was an A as well. So, you know, 3.5, that's not bad. It was just the math that was screwing me up. And then I'm going into summer, so I'm taking summer courses again. So summer of 2016, I am taking American Lit 1. I don't know why I took this American Lit 2 before, and then I'm taking the 1, but that was an A. And I remember my friend Zabdi was in that class, and my friend Sinai was also in that class. So the three of us, we would have a good time in that class. And then I was also taking Intro to Technology, and that was for like teaching. So that I was still in that education major, but still doing my associate's degree. I had to take that course, and I was so like iffy about taking that course because I was so bad at navigating things online and setting up a syllabus online. And you know, I like that in-person interaction, so everything online was just so hard, but I got an A. And that was the last class that I needed to get my associate's degree. And yeah, that was it. That's pretty much my 2 years associates. I think I missed one thing as I was talking about everything else, and this was really important, and I think I'll make a separate video about this. But during the fall of 2015, yes, fall of 2015, I one day walked into the college reach out program, and Dr. Anderson was, you know, working and stuff, and I could see she was a little stressed out, and the retention specialist was gone. She was no longer there, and the retention specialist at the time was the one that helped me apply to State College of Florida. And Dr. Anderson was like, she's been gone for a while, I don't know what's going on, but I need somebody in this role. And she hired me as the staff assistant to help out with a very important piece that the retention specialist does in the crop program. And I remember her saying, like, if you had your associate's degree, this job, I would have given it to you. I would have been the retention specialist. But at the time, I was entering my second year of my associate's degree. So she hired me temporarily as a staff assistant. And I can get more into detail in another video what I did, but it was one of the best jobs that I had in my life. And you know, I'm so happy for that experience, and to be able to have been somebody's, if you watch part 1 of my video, somebody's Miss Connie, because that's kind of what I did. And yeah, that was one of my favorite jobs, and I'm so grateful to have had that experience, to have been in crop and then worked at crop, so while I was doing my associate's degree. So yeah, this is part 2. And now part 3 is going to be my bachelor's degree, and then part 4 is my master's. And I am so happy, so excited. If you have TikTok, follow me on TikTok. It's my first and last name. I just posted a video of me with my cap and gown, with my master's cap and gown. And yeah, follow me on TikTok. Make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, because then part 3 is going to come up soon. And then part 4, I'm trying to get these next 2 videos, part 3 and 4, done before I move out, because if I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to have this type of space at my parents' house. So yeah, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching.